Well, hello, this is the second part, and we are going to start with the analysis, and this will be your first analysis. And to begin with, we are going to deal with subjective complements. Okay, we have already seen this concept. Subjective complements are connected with characteristics of the subjects. Okay, so in this case, we have two subjects, she and these. Okay, can you see here? She and these. And the first sentence says, she is a doctor. Okay, she is a doctor. Well, what do we have to do here? First thing is to follow the following questions, or let's say the following rules to have a very organized analysis. Let's see these sentences, or let's say these rules. First of all, many people believe that it is difficult. Actually, it is, but it is not that difficult if you follow these points, because it can be complex and you need to be organized. You need, or you will need, to use different colors for the analysis. Okay, so I can see it very clearly. For example, you have to tell me, well, I use green for the verbs. Usually I will give you the colors for you to analyze, and then you will have to be very tidy, it's different from organized. Okay, be very tidy with your handwriting, especially if you are writing with a pen. And you will need to identify the big structure first and then go into smaller ones. And verbs and conjunctions will be useful because they will identify whether it is an independent or dependent, or both independent clauses. And don't forget the functional and category analysis. Remember that there are two analyses at the same time. Taking into consideration all the things I have told you, remember this, that the orange part, okay, that you can see, it's, let's say, the bigger analysis, the broader analysis. And the smaller one would be if you analyze each, let's say, part of the analysis, each word of the analysis of the sentence. For example, if you go to she, okay, if you go to she is the subject. And the subject is the functional analysis. But you have to tell me also the category analysis. And I write here PP. Okay, I write here PP. PP stands for personal pronoun. Okay, and you have these two analyses at the same time. Can you see? Subject, verb, personal pronoun, and you have it here in yellow and green. Okay? And as regards the verb, remember that the verb could be transitive, or intransitive. Okay? And in this case, we have a verb to be that would be an intransitive verb in complete predication. Okay? And it is a verb. Then we have a. Okay? A, it's an indefinite article, and it is a pre-modifier. This is new. It's pre-modifying the doctor because it is telling you doctor is the noun, it's the head of our nucleus, and it's telling us how many doctors we have. Okay? This is a typical mistake with our students of English. Let's say, for example, she is doctor. Ella es doctora. Okay? And remember that in English we also know we need to say she's a doctor. Okay? We need to include a pre-modifier in this specific case because we need to tell how many doctors we have. Only one or many. Okay? So, a doctor, it's also a noun phrase. Can you see? Noun phrase. And this noun phrase is the category analysis. And we need the functional one, remember? And a doctor, it's a characteristic of she because it's telling you how she is. Okay? Or what she is. So, this is a subjective complement because it's telling you something about she, something about the subject. Okay, and all of these from here, the verb up to the full stop, we have a predicate. Okay, so if you follow this structure, we have the same pattern here. These are some students. Okay, so these are a demonstrative pronoun. It is the subject. We have here subject, demonstrative pronoun, and are, here in this case, it's a verb, also intransitive incomplete. Okay? What is important here is to focus on some students. Okay? Some students, it's a quantifier. Okay? But some people don't like or cannot remember all the words. For example, some people cannot remember whether it is an indefinite article or a definite article, or a quantifier or not. So they rather call it, or they would like to call it, determiner. Okay? Es como un comodín, digamos, determiner. Students is a noun, and it's a head, and some, it's telling you how many students. Okay? So it is a pre-modifier. All of this, it's a noun phrase, a subjective complement. Okay, so you can create your own sentence, similar sentences like this, and analyze it. And please do take into consideration that they should have an intransitive verb and a subjective complement. Okay, this is what you have to know, subjective complement. What other verbs are followed by a subjective complements, as I told you? For example, breathe, continue, cry, die, occur, smile, seem, become, resemble, appear, arrive, turn. Okay? So if you see all of these, it's probably that you come across or will come across a subjective complement. So, let's go to another topic that is also connected with verbs. Okay? Verbs, in this case, have an important role. I told you that they can be transitive, intransitive, detransitive. But in this video, you're going to see that sometimes this verb to be, okay, that it is an intransitive verb, can act as an auxiliary, okay? And why act as an auxiliary? Because they don't mean anything, okay? They don't carry meaning. They are just there to be an auxiliary, okay? Why do I say so? For example, sometimes the verb to be, this is, can be an auxiliary for the progressive tense. Okay? When I say progressive tense, I am talking about the ing form. And I am talking about, for example, presente continuo, as you remember, or pasado continuo, or futuro continuo, continuo. Okay? So, if you say, she is playing cards, ella está jugando cartas, she is playing cards, okay? Sometimes, you may listen to native people, okay, people from England or people from the United States, who says She playing card. She playing card. Okay, they don't even say is. Why do they do that? Because it's auxiliary. Okay, it's an auxiliary. It's not transferring meaning. What is important is playing, because playing it's the meaning. What's she doing? Playing. Okay. So the same happened with this tense. For example, this have been studying. This been, it's an auxiliary for progressive tense. In this case, in this particular case, it's for the perfective. Okay? Present perfect, the perfective progressive tense. And sometimes they can be used, for example, here, she is arrested by the police. This is, it's an auxiliary for the passive construction. Okay, because if you want to create a passive voice, you have to include this auxiliary verb to be. Okay, the same happened here. We have been caught red-handed. Nos agarraron con las manos en la masa. And this been, it's an auxiliary. Okay, so I guess this is okay for now, and we are going to have another video so we can go on with these topics, okay, because there are many new topics to follow. Okay, well, see you in the next video.